Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode from the Hermitcraft server. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm actually having kind of a lousy day. I have had just a killer headache all day, so this is going to be the only video that comes out today. I'm finally feeling better, but pretty much all day I was just like laying around and not feeling very well. So yeah, not the best day, but that's okay. You know, sometimes those days happen, and that's all right. That's just kind of part of life. What I want to do in today's episode is I want to add some more details to the keep. I want to add some towers to this section because I'm still not entirely happy with the way that this looks. It's not bad. It's not bad. But it's not great either. It could be a lot better. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to add a tower to it on either side that'll kind of come up here, and we'll have kind of a pointy roof type deal thing. I think it'll look really good once it's done. The keep is actually pretty much ready to move in. Like, it's far from done, don't get me wrong. There's still a lot of work left to do, but we are pretty much at the point where we'll be able to move out of our little temporary hole down here and move into the keep, which is going to be awesome. Also, I'm online with Cubfan right now, and I'm assuming he needs me to sleep, because he asked me to earlier. Please, there we go. There we go. So, yeah, that's what I want to work on in today's episode. I want to do a little bit of the other detail work and stuff like that as well. Also, I wanted to thank you guys for all the nice comments and Twitter messages and all that kind of stuff in response to last episode. There were a lot of you who really, really seemed to enjoy last episode, which was kind of a talky episode. That wasn't, you know, that's not something that I do often. I don't often do episodes where I basically just talk about something or share a story or an anecdote or something. I don't do those all the time, but every now and again I do. And a lot of you really enjoyed it, and I want to thank you for that. So let's see. Right here, I believe, is where the wall goes, right? Yeah, okay. So this is our center point. So let's go let's go maybe to there, right? And then how much space do we have over here? Not a ton. I think this is about all the bigger that I'd want to go. Although, maybe what we could do is we could kick it like one block this way, right? So we would essentially have a tower that's centered here, and it goes out 4 blocks in every direction, and that way we can get a relatively large tower, much like the ones down there. Like, that'll give us a pretty good-sized tower, but then again, that's also going to mean in order to put a proper roof on it, it's going to have to be really big. So maybe, yeah. I think we'll go here. I think we'll go where we were. Let's just kind of do one of these guys. So we'll have it basically going out 3 in every direction from the center point. Like so. Awesome. And then right here, we'll kind of connect it over and like that. All right. So here, oop, not there. I can't place the blocks. There we go. Try again. Here, we need to break that, and those. And that should give us the outline, right? Yeah, that seems good. Okay, so then what I'm going to do, let's build this up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe? And we're just going to build all the corners up like that. And the reason that I'm doing this... Oh, that's not a corner. Oh, dang it. Wow, good. That was great planning. That's all right. Let's do one of these. I want to basically get an idea of kind of how this is going to look, if that makes sense, before I get too far into placing down lots of blocks and all that kind of stuff. So we said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? And then it'll kind of come out this way, like so. And I'm not going to worry about the back ones, because those we already know what they're going to look like. Wait a minute. Yeah. No. This one would go away, right? And then this one. Yeah. So we'd have something like this. Yeah. Okay. So let's take a look at that and just kind of try and get an idea. How's that going to look height-wise? About there, and then the roof will come up like so. And this will kind of come down on the sides a little bit more. That may do the trick. Oh, man, I don't know. Let me do some more work on that. Let me fill a bit more of it in so I can get kind of a better idea of how this is going to look, and then I'll be back with you. Okay, I'm feeling a bit better about that now. Now that I've brought it down all the way, I definitely feel a lot better about that. So let's see. I'm going to have to work out the roof as well. And then I'm also thinking that right here on this roof, I think this needs to come up at a higher angle. Rather than maybe coming up at a half slab slope, maybe we need to bring it up at basically twice the slope it's at right now, is kind of what I'm thinking. It's too shallow. You can't see that nice gentle curve from down there, and as a result, it doesn't look good. So I'm thinking between the towers and bringing that up, I think that'll really help this roof quite a lot. So let me get some work done on it, and I'll come back to you with a progress update in just a little bit. All right, guys, I am back. Check it out. It's looking beautiful. It's looking gorgeous. I'm actually quite happy with that. Definitely improvement, adding the towers and especially bringing this up so you can actually see it. It looks good from here, and just as importantly, it also looks good from down here. You can still see that nice kind of slope. You can't see it as much from down here when you're coming up on the castle, but you can definitely tell that it's there when you're a bit farther back. I think that looks a lot better. And once we have some banners up there, some flags flying off the top, it's going to look great. That's what I'm thinking. I think it's going to look absolutely fantastic. So we've got that part done. Now, the inside of it is, not quite as good. If we stand here and we look up, it looks pretty wacky, and it needs some work up there, but that's okay. We'll deal with that at a later time. As I've said many times, my goal right now is to get the keep kind of structurally complete for the most part, so that we can get moved out of this little cave and get moved into the keep. And we are very, very close to being able to do that. So I think the next thing I want to do, let's just grab 2, 3, 4. Let's grab some of these guys. Actually, yeah, this will be fine. This will be enough. Let's make ourselves some stone bricks, like so. And then let's turn those, a whole bunch of them, into stone brick stairs. Because one thing that I still need to do is I need to figure out how I want to do the battlements, right? The krenellations. These things that kind of jut out right here. Those are called krenellations. I need to figure out how I want to do those. And I think I'm going to keep it really simple. And we're going to do something. Can I ender pearl with a masterful ender pearl throw like that? Oh, look at that. Beautiful. I think I'm going to keep it super simple. And we're going to do something like this, right? So if this one right here was an example, we'll go stair, 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 stair. Just like that, right? So they provide full body coverage, which was that was a thing. That was a very important thing. But not only do they do that, they also add a little bit of depth and stuff as well. So I think that's probably the best course. And then like right here, for example, we'll do something along these lines is kind of what I'm thinking. And here, I don't know how we're going to handle that one. That one we may even just leave the way that it was. This one, I suppose we would have it face... I wish I could turn that, but I can't. So I think maybe we'll just leave it as like a full-on stone brick like so. But then these side ones over here, right, we'll do one of these guys like that. And then bring these ones down, right? So something along those lines should be good. Let's take a peek at that and just see how that looks from down here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that already looks a bit better. Like looking here and there compared to over here or even up there, that's definitely a better look. And yes, they are very flat, but that's okay. Oh, also, you know what? I don't know that I actually showed you guys this. Saturday's live stream, we did a bunch of work on the keep as well. And now, pretty much all of the towers and stuff have staircases. So you can freely get about the castle for the most part. There's a couple spots that don't. Specifically, the Great Hall, there's these areas way up here that there's currently no way to access, but we'll work on that as time goes on. I may actually put my storage room up there. I don't know. I'm either going to put it there or I'm going to dig out an area underneath the keep and I'll put my storage room down there. I think that's probably what I'm going to end up doing just because of the amount of space that I'm going to need for the storage room that I'm envisioning. But we'll have to see. We'll kind of figure it out. So let me do some more of these krenellations, get that all sorted out, and then I'll be back with you. All right, guys, I am back, and I think I'm ready to move on. We've got a bunch of the krenellations in down here. I still need to do them up at this level and throughout kind of the rest of the castle, but I got that first layer down there on this side done, and I think that's good. I'll do more of this stuff. A lot of the stuff that remains in the castle is going to be off-camera stuff, adding in the texture variation in the walls, adding in the krenellations, things like that. What I want to do here, though, is I want to put in a large window right up here at the very top. And we're going to punch it out, I'm thinking right about here. Ish. That should be a good spot, I think. Right about there. Or do I want to make that bigger? I'm almost tempted to make it bigger. Now, this will be fine. I think this is good. So we're going to punch out a little thing like right here. Let's grab all of this stuff and make that jump. There we go. Got it. And then I want to go, I'm thinking we're going to do yellow in the corners like that. White here. Like so. And then another yellow right here. Maybe like that. That could be good. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Let's see how that looks. Where are my torches at? Right here? There we go. Bring down our gravel pillar. That should be good. Let's take a peek at that from a distance and see what we think. Hopefully, that will be good. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really pop. Like, you really can't see it. all that well. I think it needs some more contrasty colors, like green, or maybe we'll do that window out of green. I don't have enough cactus right now to properly do that, but I think that's a good spot for it. I think that's a good place to have the window. So we'll have to work on the colors, and I'd like to get like an actual like pattern in there. But just as far as the windows, the location goes, I think that's a good spot for it. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to head... Ooh, hello, cactus. I need you. And I'm going to plant you again right away because I need I need cactus. I need a lot of... I'm going to have to make a cactus farm. It's something I'm definitely going to need because the colors, the highlight colors that we chose for the castle are green and yellow. So I think a cactus farm is definitely in my future. But anyway, so let's put this stuff all back in here just for the moment, like so. I can toss the gravel in there. We'll toss this over here. You go back in there. And what I want to do next is I'd like to head over to the community dig site and do a little bit of digging because we're tracking that now. I'm at a whopping 3,433 because I just haven't really had a whole lot of time to do any grinding away at the big dig project as of late. But we're going to deal with that. We're going to go contribute a bit. I think I'm going to put a lot of this stuff in here because it's not going to be needed. I am going to need some rockets. No? Am I out of rockets? No way. I had a bunch of them, I thought. Maybe I did go through them all. Okay, well, I do have tons of gunpowder and tons of sugarcane, so I'll just make myself some more. Not a big deal. I'm just very surprised to see that I am out of rockets. I thought I had a bunch more. Okay, that's fine. So let's put 2 of those in here. That should be everything I need, I think. And let's head over to the community dig site. Oh, can we fly? There we go. Beautiful. Let's head over there, do a little bit of digging. And while we're doing that, I want to talk about something. Just a little something, nothing too major, regarding the NHO, regarding this whole NHO thing that's going on. Don't mine above 25 or below 10, stay inside the obsidian block at 25. Okay, yep, I can do that. So anyway, for those of you who don't know, we've got this whole big giant community project thing happening, and it's pretty amazing. Look at how much the hermits have dug out so far. This whole area is going to be dug out and very large, going down, didn't it say below 20, or no, it was above 10 and below 25. I don't know. Either way, so Doc M, he blew up the retirement home that I made for the NHO, which, I'm not upset about that at all. I mean, I think it's kind of funny when, you got you got a little message sent to you and you respond to that message by blowing up your own land. Was I supposed to be intimidated by that? I mean, come on. He blew up his own land. I mean, not that I'm upset. I'm not upset at all. I think it's actually quite funny. But Doc has also talked a little bit in his videos throwing some hate at my castle, saying my castle is completely unoriginal. And you know what? Doc is right. He's right. He really is. He's completely right. The big castle project, it's not an original idea. Let's be honest. Castles in Minecraft, I'm certainly not the first person to make a castle in Minecraft. Not even close. No way. There have been tons of people who have made castles in Minecraft. And I wish I could be more like Doc and do something truly original and build something that nobody had ever built before. Like his skull. He's making his evil lair, and he made the entrance into a skull, and I compliment him on his originality, because never before in Hermitcraft history, never before in the history of Hermitcraft has anyone ever built a skull. None of the other hermits have built skulls in their single player worlds either. You know, that's definitely an original thing. I'm a little jealous of his originality. What can I say? Okay, so I'm joking around a little bit. I'm trolling a little bit, you know, but come on. No, but it's all in good fun. In fact, actually, if you didn't watch the episode where Doc blew up the retirement home that I made, I encourage you to do so, because I was laughing hysterically during pretty much that whole episode. It was great. But anyway, so I'm gonna do a bunch of digging here. We have a lot of digging to clear out, a lot of stuff to do, and a lot of things to kind of clear out to make way for what will ultimately be a massive underground hermit city. I don't think we have a name for it yet. I don't think we have an official name. We could call it like Hermit City or something, but that's kind of boring. I'd like to call it something a little bit cooler like that, like the Mines of Hermiton or something. I don't know. I'm not good at naming things, guys. I'm not good at naming things. But anyway, I think what we should do is I'm just going to clear out a bunch of this stuff. I'm going to be working on this for a while off camera. I need to make sure that I don't break my beautiful Silk Touch pick, which is already somewhat damaged, but that's okay. While I'm here, hopefully I'll get a bunch of iron and resources and stuff as well. And, you know, I want to increase that counter, because I don't want anyone to say Welsknight didn't contribute to the community project. So I'm going to keep grinding away at this, but I think this is a good place to go ahead and wrap up the episode for today. So my friends, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.